Hello, my name is Jesus Marone, and I'm going to be talking about the role of education in international business. So, I'm going to be talking about two topics for this discussion, and it's going to be on education's role in culture and why education is important to international business and international companies. So, education's influence on culture. Education is a key role in a society. It is usually the medium through which individuals learn many of the languages, knowledge, and skills that are indispensable in a modern society. Formal education is a supplemental role in the family's role into socializing the young about the values and norms of a society. Values and norms are taught directly and indirectly at schools. Schools teach about the social and political nature of society. They also help teach about fundamental obligations. In addition, cultural norms are taught at school indirectly. Some example would be respecting others, obedience, following rules would be an example of that, and also the teacher-student relationship. Honesty, neatness, being on time as well. Another example would be the grading system. This helps and teaches the young of the value of personal achievement and completion. My next topic is going to be on the educational role in international business. So education in international business is an important aspect of the education. Its role as a determinant of national competitive advantage. The stronger the educational background that there is, the more likely there is going to be a large pool of skilled workers. The availability of that pool is a major determinant in the economic success of a country. So the bigger the pool of skilled workers, the more likely they're going to have economic success and job growth and things like that. An example of this would be Japan's example. Japan had always put a great focus on its education and has always had one of the strongest educational systems. As stated by Harvard business professor Michael Porter, he explains that after the last World War, Japan was just left with a high pool of skilled workers, and that was the country's important factor in its post-war economic success. So this has led to many countries that started focusing on its education more. For example, China as well. China has put a lot more focus on its education, and we can see how in a few years it's going to surpass the economic advantage of a country compared to the United States and other countries. Not only is education a key role for a country's skilled workers, it is also a major factor in guiding the location choices for international business. An example of this would be how India is the main country that companies outsource information technology jobs for. The high presence of trained engineers makes the country appealing to build business in. It would make little to no sense to base production and business in a country where their education pool is so small that no matter how attractive the country might be, it's cost effective for the company. Lastly, the educational level of a country is a good index for what products and services will be that fit in that country. An example would be if 50% of the population was illiterate, it would make no sense to mass market books. Or when advertising and using and marketing products and services, it would make little sense to have less visuals than more words. And this is how education affects international business and how it affects culture.